Today's practice, we will be focusing on the root chakra. This is located at the base of the spine and the perineum. It is associated with the adrenals as well as the spinal column and the kidneys. We're going to begin by just taking a moment to find our breath. Eyes might be closed or open. Hands can be comfortably placed in your lap. And just start to become aware of your foundation, of your base. Slowly coming up, we'll press back into downward dog. Just a casual downward dog, stretching out, sending the hips back, drawing the heels down towards the earth, feeling the whole backside of the body expand. And then stepping the right foot forward, we'll come into dragon pose. Your left knee will be on the earth. You might curl your left toes under, or you can pick them up and place the top of the foot on the mat. You can also use blocks here. I like to place one on the right and one on the left to prop the hands up. Again, you want to find a place where the tissues feel like they're getting compressed and stretched, but it doesn't create discomfort or pain. Once you've found that place, just allowing yourself to settle in, noticing if you're clenching or contracting any muscles in the body and just allowing those muscles to relax. Letting the hips get heavy. Being mindful to never force any pose. Remembering that the idea is not necessarily to go as deep as you possibly can, but to just create a little bit of stretch and compression in the tissue so as to stimulate them. As you stay in the pose, you may back off if it becomes too intense, or if you find that you are creating more space in the body, you might go a little bit deeper. I'm placing my forearms on my block to the inside of my right foot. This is an option. You might also place your forearms on the floor. And again, just checking in from time to time to notice if you're carrying any tension or if you've started to tighten up or clench, particularly the jaw or shoulders or anywhere else in the body. And just reminding yourself to come back to the breath each time. Noticing your inhales and exhales. And deepening the breath to allow yourself to find some more ease in each shape. Let your head hang heavy. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. As we gently come up, extending the hips back. Coming into downward dog, again, just getting a nice release and extension through the spine. And we'll take it to the other side. Left foot steps forward. Again, dropping the right knee down to the earth. Utilizing your blocks if you'd like some support. But just fine-tuning the shape to you. This side might be different than the other side, so you might have a different setup on this side. Making any movements and adjustments that you need to. And then finding a place of stillness. As we hold these shapes, we create gentle tension in the fascia. And this just allows it to release, releasing that deep tension that we hold in our bodies. And it allows us to have an opportunity to just notice how we respond to that. Noticing if the mind gets distracted or if it gets caught up in a story. And then just gently encouraging yourself to come back each time to the breath, to the energy, the grounding energy of that root chakra. Letting the head hang heavy. And then slowly coming up. Again, pressing the hips back as you come into downward dog, rooting the fingertips down into the earth as you draw the belly button up towards the low spine to extend through the low back. And then we'll come down onto our seat and take a straddle fold. Okay, so everybody has different ranges of motion. If this is tight for you, you might place a blanket underneath the hips. You can also use a rolled up mat, and that'll help elevate the hips. You want a little bit of an anterior tilt on the pelvis in this shape, so that can be really helpful for that. Otherwise, just go ahead and extend the legs out to your range of motion, right? So again, not important how far or how deep you go in this pose. It's more just that you come to that feather edge of where you start to feel your motion restricted. And then when you come to that place, just allowing yourself to fully surrender into the shape. I like to place my forehead on a block. It just allows the head and neck to relax. If your torso is more elevated and you're not able to get your forehead to a block, you can just allow your gaze to drop down and just find some ease. Again, noticing if you're clenching anywhere in the body, if anywhere feels stuck or congested. And just allowing that space to soften with your awareness and intention. Sending your breaths into wherever it feels stuck or congested. And just letting go of any struggles should they arise. Again, connecting with the breath as you inhale and exhale. Breathing in and out through the nose. Your breaths might be a count of 5 or 6 on the inhale and exhale. And if you want, you might even extend the exhale out a little bit. So if your in breath is 5 or 6 counts, then your out breath might be 7 or 8. This pranayama allows us to find more ease in the body, and in turn allows our tissues to relax, to soften. Our breath is one of our strongest tools we have to connect with our autonomic nervous system. It allows us to either stimulate the sympathetic nervous system or it allows us to attenuate it. As you come up out of the pose, again, just gently, mindfully coming up to a seat. And we're going to stay in this shape and just take it a little bit deeper into the right side. So we'll extend over the right thigh. Again, alignment isn't as important here as it is to just come into the shape that is comfortable for you. Placing both hands alongside the calf or wherever they land alongside the leg. Allowing the spine to round. And just feeling the gentle compression of the right side body as well as the extension of the back side of the right leg. You might use a block, you might not. Deep breaths. Each inhale bringing in the oxygen, each exhale cleansing and releasing. Coming up gently. We'll take it to the other side again, extending over the left thigh this time. This side may be different, and that's okay. Just finding wherever the hands land alongside the leg. Draping the torso over the left thigh, letting the head hang heavy. And just feeling that gentle compression to the left side body as you open up through the back side of the left side body. Each exhale releases a little bit deeper. You can flip the palms of your hands up if that helps you to remember to not grab the foot. Sometimes it's habit that we want to pull the foot towards us and stretch like we do in our vinyasa practices. Slowly coming up, drawing the legs in. Again, we've been there for a while, so be gentle. And we'll come into butterfly pose. So placing the soles of the feet together. They can come out about a foot from your pelvis. You can use a block to measure that. Opening the feet up like a book. We'll draw the knees out to the side. You can just taking them to wherever they go, wherever their feather edge of the range of motion is. Another great spot to use a block. Resting the forehead on the block if you can. If not, just sitting upright and letting the head hang down. Flipping the palms up to the sky. Again, a gesture of receiving. And also a gentle reminder to yourself to not pull or push yourself into the pose, but to rather just allow gravity to create a heaviness, to open the body up softly and with ease. Deep breaths. Sending the breath into that low portion of the spine, right at the tailbone. Feeling that sense of spaciousness in the pelvic floor. Finding ease with each breath. Slowly press up. And then extend yourself out a little bit further as we take it a little bit deeper. Coming up, we'll extend the legs out in front of us. Just bring the hands back behind the hips, fingertips pointing towards the hips. Move the feet side to side. Just taking a nice counter pose to the shape. And then we'll come into our forward fold. So moving the thighs out of the way. Sending the hips back, sitting nice and tall, and then just extending the chest forward. Again, this is a passive shape, so there's lots of different ways that we can take these shapes. And in yin, we're going to keep it passive. So we might place our forehead on a block. Hands are just gently placed alongside the legs. No need to pull back on the feet. No need to push yourself deeper into the pose. We just want to find that place where the fascia restricts our motion, and then just allow our breath to open that up to create that release. Again, noticing the sensations that are created by the shape, and just breathing through them. Your inhale is creating a sense of expansion, and each exhale just creating a release, layer by layer, softening into any resistance, any tension. Just allowing yourself to be wherever you are at in this shape, with your breath, with your presence. Your feet might fall out to the side a little bit, and that's okay. If it becomes too much, you can gently come out of the shape or make adjustments. If you find that you have more space, you might just go a little bit deeper. And each day is a little different, each practice is a little different, so just allowing your body to show you where it's ready to go to today. Slowly come on out. Sitting up. Extending the spine. We're going to gently roll down onto our backs. Coming into Shavasana. We'll extend the legs out from the body. Bringing the arms alongside the torso. Again, just finding a comfortable space. A space of receiving. Closing our eyes. Just allowing your consciousness to sink into the body. Connecting with the psyche. Saying to yourself in your mind, I am fully grounded and supported. I joyfully nourish my mind, body, and spirit. I have enough. I know enough. And I am enough. I accept that abundant good health is my natural state. Feel free to stay in Shavasana for as long as you'd like. Just allowing the shapes that you've taken to settle, allowing your body to recalibrate to a more peaceful state. We are what we practice in life, and as we practice this sense of ease and peace, we become more at ease and at peace. If you are ready to come out, you can stretch your arms up overhead. Again, staying as long as you want to. No need, no rush. Slowly rolling to the right side of the body. Taking a moment to acknowledge your efforts, to give thanks to your practice, to your body. And then just slowly coming up to a seat. Connecting the root to the earth, honoring the divine that is in you.